Yeah, Boomerang Ron here at the Hamden Fish and Game Protective Association. The shotgun season is starting on Wednesday. We've done very well so far during archery. Had a couple nice bucks the other day, and we're pretty much sure that that this particular savage happens to like the AccuTips, the Remington Premier AccuTips, and I have them both in 2 3/4, and I have them in 3-inch. One of the things I had hoped to do is do a opening of the Tacticam FTS film through the scope. I want to shoot this first and see how it goes, and then we'll do the Tacticam. All right, so stay tuned, folks. All right, bye now. All right, I'm back at you again. Let's connect this. Search for the GoPro. We got this camera going. Can't find a GoPro. I don't know why you can't find a GoPro. Come on. All right, we're filming both on the GoPro and the Canon. We have successfully, finally, gotten around to connecting the Tacticam FTS, and that means film through the scope. If you take a look at this setup now, the Tacticam's actually backwards, and I had to make sure that in case I need a second shot, I had to make sure that the bolt clears the Tacticam. There's a couple different ways I could have set this up. I could have flipped it over to the other side, I guess, and that might have made it a little bit easier. But you push the button and it starts filming. Right now it's on slow motion. I don't know how slow motion is going to work at 100 yards, if it's going to work at all. So I am going to take a minute to change this back to the zoom, the 8x zoom, and that's when I'll be back to you, and we will actually fire a live round, see if we can get this film through the scope to work. All right, stay tuned, folks. So I was able to turn this by pushing a button and changing it to purple, and purple is the zoom. So folks, we are ready to start recording. It's on pause right now, but before we start recording, let me load up. Let's shoot this first one, the more powerful Federal freight trains, which hit like a mule, or I should say they kick like a mule, right? All right, we're safe downrange. No one else is here. It's just Boomeranger and himself with my audience. All right, here goes. All right, so blinking, which means she's recording. Okay, here we go. All clear. The look's a little bit different now when you look through the scope. Let's aim for a high shoulder now instead of the heart. And that was pretty high. That was much higher than I would like to be. All right. So I think by putting the film through, I think by putting the scope adjustment on, it's messing up the point of impact. That's not a good thing, but it will film the shot. Now we got to get this straight before we finish today. Let's try the same place this time. A little bit lower on that shoulder. I think it hit. You don't want the barrel to get too hot. You should let it cool down, but I am going to take one more shot. I'm going to take a 3-inch now. See if the 3-inch goes anywhere differently. Back to the Federal. I like this filming through. I think it's pretty cool. My shoulder can't take much more punishment. So let's shut this off. Let's put it on pause. And we'll see what kind of video footage we get later. All right, let's walk down there and take a peek, folks. The larger horizontal hole to the left, just in the shoulder area, I'm sure is a wad. I was very impressed with the accuracy at 50 yards on both of these cartridges and the punch of the Federal Freight Train copper. Now you might notice in the other targets on this video, the wind is very, very strong and the targets are moving in both directions. I should say the wind is up my back, but it's moving the targets. So here we go. Got to put our glasses on to be safe here at the range. You have to have hearing protection and you have to have eye protection. Very important to stay safe. And as you know, I'm a range safety officer here. I have to comply. All right? Let's see how we do. Ready for shotgun season, folks. We're going to crank this up to 9 power. And I'm going to wish I had the AccuSled, but we don't. We don't have the sled, so we're going to have to take the hammering. It isn't as bad as the 12 gauge, but there's a little punch. You'll see the recoil on the next shot. Hey boomers, it does look like the camera's running. Yeah, I'm out. It's a Tuesday morning. Monday morning, actually. Yesterday was Sunday. Monday morning. Still in the Connecticut shotgun season. I got a little late start this morning. Ended up walking in, jumped a doe on the way in. Saw a flag. That's the way it goes sometimes. You don't have enough time to get ready and you can't get here before dark. But we've been blessed with some wet leaves, and so it's very quiet. And there was one path that I walked in and made no noise whatsoever. Trying a few grunts. But the rut, we think the rut's over, so I don't know. We'll wait for the second rut to come. Let's try the doe call. This is the Primus doe can. Maybe that'll work. Alright, stay tuned, folks. Hey boomers, Boomer Ranger on back at you, 9 o'clock on Monday. Second set for this Connecticut shotgun season. So far there's been a total of 3 shots. One was at 6:30, one was closer to 7:15, and then just recently, about 8:30, another shot. Turns out a friend of mine had a button buck within 15 yards and was chasing a doe. The doe ran off and he didn't think, for some reason, he didn't think he could shoot the buck. But we have 4 tags here. They're either sex in Connecticut. That's what makes this shotgun city pretty exciting. If you want to fill the freezer, you can get the first one and use the old theory, if it's brown, it's down. But I haven't seen any deer, just a couple squirrels. That's it. The woods are much quieter today than they were the other day due to the rain, and but we're all set up here. Shotguns loaded, cameras are ready, and we're just hoping something comes by. All right, take care now. Bye. Hey boomers, Boomer Ranger on, back with you now. It is 10:22 on Monday. I have not seen a single deer. We've heard a grand total of 3 shots. Thought I heard some leaves rustling, but between the chipmunks and the squirrels, that's about all it seems to be moving right now. I suspect a lot of these deer with the pressure have become nocturnal, or they move from their bedding grounds to their feeding grounds at night, and then they clear out of here and get into the real thick stuff. Right now I'm not hunting thick stuff. I may pack it in an hour, fold up the camera gear, and use only the Tacticam 6.0 I have mounted. I did show you guys that on the crossbow last time, but just so you can see, it's on the top. Let's push the button and see if it turns on. It vibrates twice and it's blinking. So if I point the shotgun, I'm not going to do that to the camera, but I'm going to put it up there close enough so that you could see it blinking. All right, it is blinking, and that means that we could film the shot, or film your hunt, as Tacticam likes to say. All right, so push the button, and it was on 10x zoom. It's powering off, and you can see it blink and vibrate once, and she powers off. All right, so I'm gonna give this till probably 11:30, and then I'm gonna pack up and we're gonna slow hunt back to the car. Film the shot, or film your hunt, as Tacticam likes to say. Hey Boomers, just a quick update here. I have pretty much already packed up out of sheer boredom because I hadn't seen anything, and then I wanted to leave, so I packed everything up. I saw 3 does. I took my first shot. I followed a blood trail, which was really easy to find, and here we are. A doe, a shotgun season. As I said, the blood trail was very visible, very easy to find. I made a high shoulder shot, and that usually drops them in their tracks. This one did not drop in her tracks. As I jacked in another round, I considered taking another shot and decided no, 1 deer's enough to deal with in the morning. All right, I'm glad you guys watched. Hope your season's going real well, and look forward to just wanted to show you how easy it was to follow this blood trail. As she ran, she bled everywhere. I don't know whether there's an exit hole on the other side, but we'll find out real soon. Now the work begins. Let's get the tools out. Let's get her eviscerated. My favorite word. See you guys. Hey Boomers, guess what? I got my trusty sidekick here, Justin, and he's an Army trained veteran, and he's strong. He actually hauled this thing all the way down. Then I met him once I got a hold of the what's this thing called now? The Hawk Crawler, a 4-wheel, one of the best carts you can get. And he's younger and stronger than I am. But we succeeded in dropping 1 doe this morning, a big fat one. What an exciting season. I hope yours is going well. Bye.